I had heard that the wealth tour was coming through town and decided to go. And just the stuff that I learned, from having a financial services background, I thought I understood the best ways to save for your retirement. But I wasn't even there. I wasn't close to there.
So how did you feel like sitting there at the wealth tour?
I felt excited, hopeful, nervous, super scared at the idea of actually moving forward and actually doing something that I'd never done before. I had just owned my home and been in it a long time at that point, so I had a lot of equity built up in it. But the idea of tapping into that anyhow was, first of all, contrary to everything I'd been taught in my financial background. I have a degree in business, and so I was doing all the right things. Well, I was telling myself I should be doing all the right things. I just didn't have the money to do it. And I thought, I wasn't paying down my mortgage. In fact, I'd refinanced it. So I actually owed more money on the house than when I originally bought it. So I was like in a reverse position than I expected to be at that stage in my life. So when I went to the wealth tour and just learned about how real estate, is such a highly leverageable investment and the returns that you can make in it, the numbers just made sense to me.
So where are you now?
So now, thanks to what I learned at the wealth tour was the first experience where I heard of the flip to myself strategy. So investing in real estate, bringing up the value of properties, and then pulling the equity out in order to invest with. So you're not triggering capital gains.
Is that a taxable event?
It's not a taxable event at that point. So I literally was able to use the equity that I had in my house. I had enough to buy my first 2 properties, but because of doing the flip and flip to myself strategy on those first 2 properties, I was able to basically buy 4 properties with the money that I started with 2. So that just really kicked things off for me. It was for sure scary, even having the support of all the service providers and everything like that, even having other investors around to talk with. It's still scary when you do something that's out
of your comfort zone.
Yeah. But the more you do, the more comfortable you get with it. And the more, it's like Ruffles potato chips. You can't just eat one. Then you get a taste of it and you just, then do it over and over and over.